What is going on, everybody? Art Eddy here for another lunch break on this fine Wednesday. With me is my homie, my co-host, Jon Finkel. What's up, man?
Dude, beautiful day today. Happy to be here.
I feel like you're quoting a movie or something. I don't know, or maybe it's your own dadisms. What the heck is a dadism? It's just being a dad in certain things that you do, and you're just like, man, I'm a dad. Obviously, we know we're dads because we work here at Life of Dad. We've got kids, but I'm going to get into it in a second, but before we do that, let us know where you're watching from. Weigh on this topic. We always love it. And also, too, this show is being brought to you by the one and only Life of Dad book. Pick it up. Go to Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Books A Million. Wherever books are sold, pre-order it. John and I appreciate that.
Yes, guys, here's the deal. I'm going to put this out there real quick because we just had an awesome call with our publisher yesterday. The book is like the cornerstone of what we do here at Life of Dad. It's the pride and joy of Art and I. If you're watching this, we'll put links in there. I always do after the show. I know Art does as well. Please pre-order the books. They're huge. We're at the point now where we're getting like tens of orders a week, which is awesome. We want this book, and we want you guys, which are a part of it, to be a part of the #1 dad book in America on Father's Day, New York Times bestseller list. So please, as you guys are doing it, as we're talking about our dadisms and our dad jokes and all that kind of stuff, I see Joy here, Kevin, Scott. Help us out, jump on there, and make sure you please go get the book. Pre-orders are massive, so don't put it on a gift taken care of right now. That's my little spiel, but please do it. Very important to us.
Well said, man. Well said. Appreciate you sharing that. But yeah, dadism. What is a dadism? I'll give you an example. So, and this is the reason why I was thinking about
Thank you, Joy. Joy already pre-ordered.
Oh, awesome. Thank you very much.
Screen grab. Art and I just approved this morning from our publisher these awesome postcards that we'll be able to send out to people to thank them for buying. So please, Joyce, take a screenshot of the order, hit or me up on Twitter, and we'll keep you in there. As soon as we get our postcards, you will be getting one.
Yes, sir. So again, thanks everybody for pre-ordering it, and thanks for always listening to our spiel, talk about the books. But we're really proud of this book, and we hope it does well. So thank you. All right, getting back to dadisms here. So dadisms are just things you found out, like, man, I'm sounding like a dad, or sounding like my old man, whatever the case may be. Last Sunday night, my daughters were getting ready for school, getting ready for bed for school the next day. My wife is packing for a business trip, and everyone's upstairs. No one is downstairs. I had to go downstairs to get something, and I'm looking all around, and every light in every room is on. And I'm like mumbling under my breath, turning all these lights off, hitting the switches, and I'm like, oh, why are all these lights on? No one even down here. And then I think my oldest kind of heard me. She goes, what are you saying, Dad? I'm like, there's nobody down here and all the lights are on. And they're just like, Dad. And I'm like, yep, this is a dad moment. So we want those type of moments.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I've actually found myself yesterday, like I'm actually, as if I'm in a movie, I'm like breaking the fourth wall. Like I have found myself saying, and I said this yesterday, the kids on a quick ride, like, the shortest possible ride we have to go to, they're fighting in the back. And I literally found myself saying, are you guys going to make me say the things that dads have to say when they're driving and the kids are fighting in the back seat? Like, are you going to make me say the thing? Like, do I have to just say the words, please, if you stop fighting, I'm going to pull over. If you hit each other again, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're making my brain go into complete and total, like autopilot. Like I'm not even thinking, you're fighting, your kid's fighting, dad has to say X. And I kept saying to them, please don't make me do this. Like you're thinking with the lights, like don't force me to be the most lame. I just am saying these words because dads have said it for generations, but please, buddy, don't hit your sister. Stop hitting her while you're sitting in the car. Don't make me say it. And they don't care. They're just like hitting, and then she's scratched and it's like, don't scratch. And I'm literally like, I could write the script, like, fade in, parent in the front seat, kid fighting. Dad says, I'm going to pull over. You're not going to get, I'm not going to let you get a treat at dinner. Like, I just write it out. I wish I could just have a robot say it. Like, it's so mind-numbing.
Well, did you say, I'm going to turn this car around?
No, because I was going to dinner where I wanted to go. Like, they were ruining it for me. We were going to a good taco place that I like, that if I let them go to, like I told them if we go, we could get some nachos, the queso, whatever. It's a local place that I love, and I usually don't let them do that because the kids will eat all the chips and nachos and none of the actual tacos. So I always say no unless I'm there or whatever. And we were meeting some friends, and the whole time it was kicking and scratching and fighting, and I'm like, you know everything I'm going to say. So just stop so I don't have to be like lame dad number one on the whole ride there.
No doubt, man. So yeah, these are the dadisms. We got people coming in already. Also, too, Miguel, 2 a.m. for the Philippines. Appreciate the support, man. And congrats, Eric. You got your wife pregnant. I don't know if this is going to be your first child, but welcome to the life of dad, sir. We appreciate it.
You're a little bit away from yelling at him in the backseat, but we were talking about, when you were talking about dadisms, like I thought of this one today where they were getting ready to go to the bus. And, you know, they have to grab, like, you have to bring, all they have to do is bring, like, I do almost everything. They just have to grab, like, their thermos or whatever and fill it up with water. Yeah. And I almost said, like, the worst thing ever, which is you'd forget your head if it wasn't. Like, I didn't say it, but, like, the kid 3 times had the thermos in his hand that he has to bring. Put it down to do something. Put it down 3 times. Here it is, buddy. Hey, buddy, here it is. Dude, you left it on the stairs. Like, here, great, you left it here. And I almost said, like, you would forget, but then I stopped myself because I was like, they're turning me into that person who I've never, ever wanted to be.
Look what you've made me do.
Yeah. You turned me into this. I don't want to do this.
Here's a good one. Brandon says, bought a Nintendo Switch, told them that they can't play until I get home. That's true.
Yeah.
That's so true right there. Like, you can't do anything like that. This is another thing too. My son ripped a huge fart while eating at lunch. We both laughed our heads off. That's a dad, because like you're at the point where I think we talked about this before. You're at a point of no return. Do you laugh, or do you like, hey, you don't do that at the table, right?
I have a standing rule: farts are always funny. Period. You laugh; they're always funny. I don't even, discouraging them. Everybody knows. Even kids inherently know they're not supposed to do them. They're funny. I mean, it is what it is.
It's definitely a dadism, I guess. Sherry says, well, hubby says, don't piss on my leg and tell me that it's raining.
Yeah. Kelly came in because I said so. Like, I don't use the "cause I said so" one super often. What I like to always do, if they say like "why," I'll throw out, and this is just as bad, but it feels better to say, like, because I'm dad. That's it. Like, it came out of my mouth, so it's the law. But yeah. They make you say things. They make you say the things that you swore, like, I'm never going to say. Because, and again, it's not even like they work. Like, it's not like they stop. You know what I mean? They don't stop anything. They're animals.
What else we got? My Preston says, my security system said 2 monitors weren't talking. 2 of my monitors weren't talking. I said, I wonder why they're not talking. Yeah. Let's see. Kid says, I'm hungry. I reply, hi, hungry. I'm dad. That's a dadism right there. That's like a dad joke. Someone asked, like, is the dad joke counts? Oh, dad jokes are so dadisms.
Oh, here's also one. I wrote down. I forgot. I say this one a lot because I don't know why it works. This is one of the few that works. But like, your kid will sit down at dinner or whatever, and they'll be like, "Can I have a straw?" And you're just look at them, and you're like. I always say this, like, are your legs broken? Like, do your feet not work? Why do I have to get these things for you? But I say that, dude. I say that all the time. Are your legs broken? Yeah. No. Do your feet hurt? No. Can you walk? Yes. So, okay, you've answered all the questions of all the ways you could go 8 feet in the closet or the pantry to get your straw. Can you go get it? Ugh, sucks. It's like, dude. I don't know what to tell you, man. Why do I have to do it?
Yeah, right. Our boy Kingbird says, I'm not driving you to school. School, get your blank on the
I am not. You are getting on that bus. I am not driving you to school. And then they're like, oh, so I get to stay home? And then I always say, no, you will be sitting on the porch all day. You aren't allowed inside if you miss the bus.
I don't care if it's raining. I don't care.
I don't care what it's like, yeah.
Taylor, this is like more of a dad thing now, I think, more than ever. Vasectomies, right? Like last Friday, he got a vasectomy, and he said, "Grant, my father didn't, but he did coach sports, and I do the same with my boys." So yeah, I feel like now more than ever, like people even like we're going into like vasectomy parties and stuff. I've heard. So,
I've never heard of. Wait, what are you doing there? By the way, getting a vasectomy 2 weeks before March Madness, like just. Shift it back 2 weeks, and you get 2 straight days of sitting and watching basketball. I'm sorry, I have to call you out on it. It's a little early. Longtime listeners know my story. I screwed this up completely. I got, when I booked mine, planning ahead of time to be completely unavailable for any help with the kids and be able to leave bed for 2 days on the Thursday and Friday of the first days of March Madness. Stupid me looked at the dates of the tournament the year before and booked it, and it ended up being like the Monday and Tuesday. So I screwed everything up.
You had one job.
I had one job. Yeah. So right around the time the tournament came, I was all fine to pretty much do whatever I wanted.
This is like a kidism, but more of like a kidism intertwined with a dadism. Caleb says, got yelled at by my 3-year-old for stepping on lava floor.
Oh, yeah. That's a kidism. Yeah, you get in trouble for that kind of stuff. How about this one? This is a good dadism, especially when you're trying to really get your kids to clear the table after they eat, and you say those dishes aren't going to clean themselves.
Yes. Yep.
Because you watch them eat, the plate's there, the fork's there, cup is there, and they finish their last bite. And, Mike, I don't know if your kids, some kids, I don't know if the maybe excuse thing is still, we're pretty loose about, if dinner's over or whatever. Yeah. But the only rule we have is you put your stuff in the sink. My kids they're not tall enough to do the dishes yet, but they have to put it in the sink, and they'll just get up and go. And all of a sudden, I know I won't notice it. My wife and I'll be talking, or if my wife's somewhere, I'll be reading a magazine or something, or sometimes I'll read a book after dinner's over, and I'll look up and be like, I'm the only one at the table. There's 4 or 3 place settings all around. And I'll yell upstairs these dishes aren't going to clean themselves.
Or my oldest, one of her chores is to take the plates and put them near the dishwasher, in the dishwasher. There's certain times where I'm cleaning off the plates in the sink, and the dishwasher's wide open, and they have a cup that's empty, and they just put it right on top of the granite where the dishwasher is, and the dishwasher's open, even the rack is there, so they can put there. And I look at them, and I look at the glass, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "The thing's right open. How easy for you instead of going whoop,
here's
whoop, to go whoop and put it in there."
We had to stop my son because our sink has 2 sides, the sink part and the place to put dryer, the dishes to dry. And my son, which is probably every kid he can't look in there, so part of it's not his fault, but he would just all the time roll by with the last 1/4 inch of milk in a cup or whatever, and just roll by and just dump it in. And we wouldn't know. And I'd be like, what the hell is going on? All the dishes in here are drying, and now they're covered in milk or apple juice or cereal. And I didn't figure it out. I was like, am I just a mess? And then one time, I caught him in the act, and I was like, buddy, you're just throwing your dirty food on the clean cups. Yeah.
Oh, man, dadism right there. Also, too, Kelly Clark, spot on right here. Letting my son know how much better music was back in the day. Yeah. So true. That is something that our parents generation to generation are this music today. Well, I don't know what you kids listen to, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's my kids aren't old enough to really have an argument about the music, but that's inevitable. I think you're listening to I don't know, Lil Yachty, and you're like, who is this guy? Let me put some Nas in and show you what a real rapper's like.
Ice Blanket, your mom says, whenever my sister and I used to fight, my dad would get so pissed he'd end up buying boxing gloves, locked us in a room until one of us started crying. No one talks about family fight club.
Yeah, I had a friend who had that, and it was awesome. It was great. I don't think I would do it with my kids, but if I had 2 boys, I agree. That's a way to go. My friends who had it, they'd have an argument, and the dad would be like, all right, let's go downstairs. They go in the basement, and it was just 1 3-minute round, and it was it. You just got all your, they had a headgear thing, and you're not going to hurt anybody, but you just tee off on each other. It's great.
Sarah says, so my husband is deployed, but we are able to FaceTime here and there. Well, our daughter is sitting on top of the couch, and it's hilarious because he told her that he was going to put her in timeout if she didn't get off the couch a million miles away. First off, thank you for your husband's service. We appreciate that here at Life with Dad. But also, that's awesome. Now that there's technology, I see you over there. Get down. Get down.
That's interesting. I've actually done that, not at obviously in that extreme length, but you ever get on your wife's in the car with the kids and you're on speaker or something and you can hear them and you just find yourself, you're not even in the car, you might not even be in the same city, you're like, guys, calm down. I'm talking. And you're like, let mom drive. It's like, what? What am I doing? I'm not even. This isn't even my job right now.
Yeah. Yes, I've done that too. I'm like, girls, come on, mom needs your attention.
Mom trying to talk, and she's like, oh, thanks. And I was like, you know what? You're right. This is yours. See ya.
Yeah.
You deal with this.
Oh man. But also too, I think depending on like the spouse too, if like the one that's away is like being like the enforcer, it's not that bad of a thing because the person that's there, it's like, I tried to be, gentle with you guys, but so and so, because after you've done talking or FaceTime, whatever the case may be, that parent can be the like, oh, I don't like dad right now, and that's fine because they're not there.
I know with all the roles reversed and whatever, but like growing up, the thing that my mom would say the most to get our attention was, "I'm going to tell your father," right? Like I know everybody can be everything now, and that's fine. In my house, I'm more of the enforcer too. But I know there are houses where I had friends whose moms were like, you don't want to piss off his mom. But still, like whichever parent it is, however you want to use it, like that moment of like you think you're getting away or your kids think they're getting away with something. And then it's like, if you keep going this way, like I'm telling your dad as soon as he gets home. Like I remember that. I was like, all right, so now you're gonna rat me out. All right, I'm done.
Yeah. Just wait till your father gets home. That was like, oh man.
Yeah.
Blake is true right here. Sometimes you got to take one for the team to follow through with your threat. There are days. I mean, I know this is probably when we were talking about the dinner and pulling over and like, I'm going to turn this car around. But there are times where there's something I really wanted to do. And we pull the car around because they were acting a fool. And I'm like, all right, we're turning around. They're like, yeah. I'm like, no, there's the next red light. I did like a U-turn and we went home and they were like, what? I'm like, I told you 3 times, twice in the car, once in the house before we left, and you guys were still acting up. And I forgot what it was. We really wanted to see this movie, or I think it was a movie. Never happened. And then we just didn't see it. And so we were just there, like, we were so quiet and calm at home because no one was like doing anything or talking to each other.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I did that. I've done that before where like, if you do this, then we won't do that. Like whatever version of the dadism, whatever thing is going on. Like I hate to do it with stuff I'm never going to really cancel. Like if you keep acting up, we're not going to go to your friend's birthday party or whatever. But every now and then, if I see an opportunity where something's happening that I don't really want to go to, I will do reverse psychology and like pretend we're going to really do it. I'm excited, knowing that they're going to give me the chance to tell them, if you do this, we're not going to go. And then when they inevitably do it and I get to cancel it, I win. I prove a point. I don't care if I'm going or not. And they think I'm just like the toughest dude ever because I pulled that away.
Nice.
Alex, Stephen Love. There you go. Stephen Love, make a dad noise when bending down to pick something up. I found myself starting to do this. It's got to be within the last year. I don't know, maybe longer, but I wasn't self-aware of it. But just every time, like, I don't care if I'm picking up a Lego or I'm putting on my own shoes, like, I'll get up in the morning and be lifting really heavy weight and I'll feel great. But the moment I'm like in my house doing something and there's like a sock on the floor, I'm like, ah. I don't know what happens. It just takes over. I never did that before.
No, yeah, it's so true, man. I love that. What do we got over here? There was someone that wanted to follow up with. Blake says, "Have a great day, guys. I'm gonna enjoy the nap. We'll go do that." There was one, I forgot what it was, but it was something along the lines of asking your mom's not going to change the answer. That is so true.
Yeah.
And there are certain times where my wife and I will just kind of mess around with our kids where they'll be like, "Hey, can we play with our iPads?" I'm like, "Go ask your mother." And then they'll go downstairs, ask my wife, and I go ask your father. So I come back and like, they said to ask you. I'm like, "Well, go ask." And then I look at them like, "Nah, just mess around. Sure, you got like 15 or whatever." If we were going somewhere, I'm like, "Before we go ahead and play, and then we're gonna be off." So that is something like, asking your mom's not gonna change the answer, or you have that volleyball back and forth, the tennis movement back and forth of like, go ask your mom, go ask your dad.
How about the version of that? This is one of my favorite versions where like you're about to leave the house to do something else. Like, you're going to play basketball or you're going to run an errand, but you're going alone and like both kids are home and they ask you something and you realize you have the opportunity, like the perfect opportunity, just punt the entire thing. And they're like, you know what? You guys ask your mom and you're out and you just bolt. And you're like, that's not my problem right now. That's all that to me is an inside dadism of, because most of the time you're both home or you're trying to figure it out, or you're home alone, whatever it is. But those moments where the big critical thing, which you know you're probably going to say no to and will probably lead to some kind of fight or whatever, when that happens as you're skating out the door, it's a beautiful time of, you know what? Ask your mom about that.
No doubt. Trisha says, my dad always threatened to shave my head. I was a cheerleader, so it worked every time. LOL. Preston says, does anybody's father ever rap the voicemail message? I haven't heard that, but that's pretty sick. If it's good.
Yeah. It's that's the way to go. I remember when I was in high school. Do you remember the song? I think it was it wasn't Tried. I'll find out what it was, but there was they had a rap lyric that was like, "Hey, how you doing? Sorry you can't get through. Leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you." It was whatever. Anyway, that was my message back when there was a machine.
Nice, man. Love it. All right, so here's a little house warming, or not housewarming, house shop notes. Monday we're not having a show. John is on spring break vacation with the fam. Well deserved. Enjoy. Wednesday, there's a possibility I might be talking to someone from Guinness Brewery on this show, talking about St. Patrick's Day. Might be there, might not. Just look out for that. But again, we're not gonna have a show on Monday, so just wanted to let you know. And we hope you guys definitely enjoyed this show. I loved. We had over like 70 comments. This was great. Again, buy the ultimate dad book right here. Life of Dad, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Books A Million, wherever books are sold. We appreciate it. Goes on sale. Well, it's on sale now, pre-order, but the sale date is May 7th. But we always love pre-orders. So.
Pre-orders are the lifeblood of a successful book launch. So yeah, definitely do the pre-orders. I will. Oh wait, before we go, Craig, that's true actually. Well, Craig's is one of the most classic ever. Yes. You want to cry? I'll give you something to cry about. You know. Man, I've said that, and it used to be like maybe a spanking or whatever it was, but now it's like I'll take away their favorite toy or whatever. But like, if they're like whining and crying over something so small, you just can't help but say that. Like, that's upsetting you? How about I really upset you and I pull your Barbie house out of your whole room? Oh, yeah. Works.
Oh, what's that? You want to go to bed early? That can be arranged.
Yeah. Oh, you're so tired in the morning. How about you go to bed earlier tonight?
Yes. You're yawning. Why aren't you getting out of bed? Maybe you need to get up.
Maybe you just start screwing around in your bed till 10 o'clock at night. Oh, it's great. We can go on forever. Maybe we'll do a part 2.
Yes. Everybody, thanks again for joining the conversation. We love it. We'll see you guys next week on Wednesday. Definitely not Monday, but check out the Life of Dad show. We got this continuation of dadisms coming out this Friday. So check out the Life of Dad podcast as well. But for everybody checking out the show, John, I appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of the week. See ya.